You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Voice After Show.
Welcome, everybody, to AfterBuzz TV with a very special edition of The Voice AfterBuzz. I'm Christian Rosenberg, and joining me on the phone, an incredibly beautiful and talented musician who had a great story of, overcoming being bullied as a child, persevered through that, and became an incredible talent and got all the way to the final 8 on this season of The Voice. Audra McLaughlin is joining me right now. Audra, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for, taking the time to sit and chat with us today. I know it's been a whirlwind of 24, 48 hours for you. I'm kind of curious, has anything really sunk in yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It feels like everything happened so fast. So I'm definitely still trying to adjust to everything. But yeah, I mean, I was sitting on the plane yesterday and just thinking about all the amazing, experience that this has been, and how many doors it's opened up for me, and just how amazing it's been. And it's kind of sad to always go home, but I think at some point, everybody has to go home, and I'm just happy that I get to go back for the finale and see everybody, and that'll be so fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely still trying to sink everything in and just see what an accomplishment this has all been, and just a great experience.
Yeah, you're talking about the experience of this past week, when unfortunately we're eliminated. I was talking with Cassandra and Delvin both, and I asked them this question, so I thought ask you as well, over the fact that this week was a very unique week in which they eliminated 3 people, nearly half of the remaining performers. I mean, all 8 of you are just, beyond phenomenal. So to have all of a sudden you guys, for you guys to find out that 3 of you were going home, I mean, how much added pressure on top of the normal pressure that you have performing on this type of show did you feel?
It was definitely a lot of pressure because, everybody works so hard, and we spend so much time, every day practicing our songs and getting prepared for that moment on stage, and you just never know what's going to happen. When things are left up to America and to the viewers, you don't really know what's going to happen, but you just kind of do what you do and what you love, and you hope for the best. And unfortunately, I'm really grateful to the people who did vote for me, and everybody who tried to save me on Twitter, and that means a lot to me. So it's one of those things where it kind of stinks, but we've kind of, this has been a platform for all of us. So, it's just amazing that we even got this opportunity to be on such an amazing show like The Voice. So it's definitely crazy, but I think that we all have great careers ahead of us.
I 100% agree with you on that statement, without a doubt. You brought up your Twitter, and I wanted to ask you about that because I felt you had a very almost unique type of strategy with your Twitter, and that's the fact that you follow back almost everyone. I checked out your Twitter, and because you got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, and I've always seen with other previous contestants that I've talked to, they might follow a few hundred people or so, but you follow a lot of people back, and I was wondering how overwhelmed is your wall on Twitter, because everyone's probably bombarding, because now you're seeing everything, because you're taking the ability to follow everyone, and from a fan side of it, that's got to be the coolest thing in the world to them. They're like, oh my God, I love Audra on TV, and she follows me on Twitter. That's amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I just think and especially like your supporters and the people who are following you are the people that, you know, help you get to the places that, you know, you want to be, and they're the ones who buy your albums and who go to your concerts and who purchases like your iTunes and just everything in general. Those are the people who help you, and that's why they mean the world to me, because they have been voting for me and they have been, you know, helping, just promoting me, making pictures and posters for me, and, you know, wearing Team Audra shirts and just everything in general. I mean, they're the reason why I got to the top 8. So, you know, I always want to give back to the people who support me, and you know, I always want to follow everybody back, because I just think that, you know, anybody who supports me, you know, I want to, you know, keep them in the loop with everything. And, you know, I just think that I try to do my best on Twitter. You know, it definitely gets a lot, you know, with social media, but it's definitely crazy. But, you know, I mean, I try to do my best, and I really try to write back to everybody and, you know, as much as I can. But, yeah, it's just such an awesome and, you know, such great support from everybody.
Yeah, and you're talking about, you know, all the support. Obviously, someone that you had a ton of support from was your coach, Blake Shelton. I've only heard nothing but amazing things about performers and their relationship with Blake Shelton. I was wondering if you can kind of, you know, touch on that a little bit. If there was like a particular moment or a piece of advice that, you know, in your time with Blake that just really stood out for you more than others.
Yeah, I mean, Blake is such an amazing person. You know, he's so genuine, and like, he just cares about everybody. You know, he's so funny. Like, he'll come to the Voice Talk and he'll talk to everybody, and he's so friendly and just so nice and so encouraging. And I think, you know, the best thing that, you know, from working with him is that, you know, he helped me come out of my comfort zone. You know, I was so nervous and so afraid. You know, at first, you know, about singing in front of, you know, however many people, 20 millions of viewers, you know, and he kind of just helped me come out of my shell and just make me realize, like, what an amazing, you know, moment this is, and that, like, you know, just have fun, and plus, like, he's so funny, so he always opened you up, and I think from the beginning, you know, I've grown so much because of Blake and because of all of his help. So, you know, I'm just so grateful that I had the opportunity to work with Blake, and I told him, you know, I promised him that I would stay in touch with him, and you know, hopefully, you know, one day soon I get to, you know, sing a song with him, or, you know, maybe work with him again soon, because he's such a great mentor, and he really is such a great coach. And
he got you a guitar too, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he just gave me a guitar.
Like, that was the most amazing gift, like, I think that anyone's ever gotten me, especially, like, I don't think that anybody could ever, you know, go past that, you know, like, that was just so amazing for him to think of us and to do that for us. Like, I just remember I was, like, in such shock, and, like, I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. But yeah, I mean, I'm truly grateful, and I don't think I'll ever forget that, you know, like, and it's just something that I will cherish, like, for the rest of my life.
I want to talk about one of your teammates on Team Blake, Jake, who's still in a run, and he's in the semifinals. You know, what was your relationship kind of with Jake? Because, you know, there's kind of like the young Southern gentleman guy who just, you know, just seems to be super nice to everyone. I was kind of curious what your relationship was with him during your time on the show, as well as, you know, did you give him any advice on Tuesday?
Yeah, Jake is such an awesome person, and he, like, him and Cassandra and all of us were so close, and yeah, he's exactly how he is on TV as he is in person. You know, he's just so nice to everybody, and he just loves what he does, and, you know, he I don't remember giving advice, but I just remember telling him, you know, good luck, and I was so proud of him that, you know, he made it through, and I was so happy for him, because he definitely deserved it. He's such a great personality and voice and just everything in general, so I just really wish the best for him and everyone else who made it to the top 5.
You know, tweet a lot, kind of a little bit going back to the Twitter, a lot about, you know, all the, you know, anti-bullying and anti-bullying campaigns, and, you know, certain, you know, issues with things like that. Me personally, I was also, you know, a victim of bullying when I was a young child, you know, working up, and I was in, you know, the special education, things like that, and that's why I personally like really felt a connection with you and performer, like listening to your story and things like that. Being on in this type of spotlight that you have been in, were you contacted by, young kids, teenagers that are in that, predicament where unfortunately they're being bullied because they're different, for, quote unquote, different for, whatever reason? Do people reach out to you as far as asking you for advice or thanking you for, kind of, motivating them because all of a sudden they see, you on this, big stage and just really inspiring them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been looking at all of my pages. I have a anti-bullying page. I have, on my Twitter and on my Facebook, I've been reading different messages and comments from people asking for advice or just saying that I inspired them and I helped them, overcome, so many things. And I just think that's so amazing that I've, inspired people and that I was able to leave a mark on, a lot of young kids. And that's, always been my goal, was to help other people. And I'm so glad that with my music, I was able to inspire people. And there's been so many people reaching out, and it's just so nice. And on my page, there's so many posters that people are sharing, like anti-bullying, saying Team Audra, and just so many nice things. And, it always just makes me cry when I see them because it's so sweet. But yeah, I'm just so glad that I'm able to help people through my music and through my experiences. And, it just means a lot to me that I am inspiring all of these people.
And what is the anti-bullying site of yours for those people listening that might not be familiar with that website?
It should be under Team Audra, I think, anti-bullying campaign. If you go on I have a Facebook fan page. It's www.facebook.com/Audra McLaughlin, and normally I'll share it on there. So you can go to my fan page, and then it should be on there as well. So I can share it on there so people can,
beautiful,
join it and post their different pictures and everything.
That's awesome. Thank you. No, well, thank you. Let me ask you this. The $1 million question. We're down to 5 performers left. Who's winning the thing? There's so many. All 5 of them are so talented, and I think that it's anybody's game in that. And I think Christina Grimmie probably has a high chance, and I'm not sure really. I think they're all talented, so I really just wish them all the best of luck, and I'll be happy for whoever wins, because we're all such close friends, and I'm really truly happy for all of them. And I know you were talking earlier about kind of settling in. You're still kind of like unpacking a little bit. When are you gonna repack and start touring? Because I know there are people all around the country that want to see you live and in person. So, do you already have like plans in the works as far as, visiting some areas to perform after the finale?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely working on some things right now with my vocal coach and my manager, and we're trying to get some things going. But I'm still in the Voice contract, so there is some stuff that I have to wait until I'm out of the contract to do. So, but right now I have a show lined up in my area. It's for 92.5 XTU anniversary show. It's a country music. They have it every year. It's the 30th anniversary show, and I'll be performing there May 31st. So the end of this month, I'll be performing there, and you can go to Ticket Runs and get tickets for that. And it's a bunch of, country music stars, and then I'll be performing it on one of the stages. So, yeah, I have that lined up, and, I'm still I definitely want to get back into songwriting and, start, recording an album and doing all that, and then hopefully in hopes of getting on a tour and being signed to a label. So I'm definitely still working on all of that, and I just hope that, that happens.
I think I could speak for America when I say that's gonna happen.
Thank you.
No problem. And Audra, when you're traveling around and you come out to LA, please come to our studio and hang out with us here in person and perform. And you can even perform live here and all that fun stuff. You can bring Blake's guitar and you can play that.
Yes, I will.
Well, Audra,
That would be super cool.
I can't thank you enough for taking the time, to call in, chat with me today. Everyone listening, if you're not following Audra on Twitter, first off, shame on you. Second of all, she might even follow you back because she follows a lot of her fans back. So, hit her up on Twitter at AudraLynn21. And then also, again, check out her Team Audra Facebook fan page to find out, the links to her, anti-bullying, campaign and the site for that. Audra, thank you so much for taking the time out and chatting with me today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Christian, and thank you for everybody who has been listening, and I appreciate everybody who voted for me and has been supporting me. So thank you so much.
All right.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Audra. Again, that is Audra McLaughlin. You can follow her on Twitter at AudraLynn21. You can follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. And for all your AfterBuzz TV news and recaps, you can follow them on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. Once again, that was Audra McLaughlin. This has been a special edition of The Voice AfterBuzz. I'm Christian Rosenberg, and we will see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.